Hey, Kanai here. Just want to share a few words of encouragement. Hopefully, it helps you to get you on your journey or help you to realize that you're actually stuck in traffic. Now, today I want to talk about complaining. And we complain for many reasons, man. Some things that we have done, in bad judgment, some things that have befallen us, where we have been put in a situation that wasn't warranted. Some things happen to us unjustly. But whatever the circumstances is, it is what it is. And now by asking yourself why these things happen, why am I in this situation, doesn't always bring a resolution to that problem or help you to overcome or to get through it. But asking yourself how can I get out of this situation? What can I do to make this situation better? Asking yourself these questions would generate more solution-based thinking than actually more sadness and wallowing and regret and remorse for what is it that have befallen you. So I'm here to tell you, man, that complaining doesn't help to resolve anything. I remember two instances, one with me and a job. I had a job I was working where I first started driving trucks, and in this situation I went to make a delivery and I got into an accident that wasn't my fault. But nevertheless, I came back to the job and they ended up firing me that day. And I sat there, man, I was like, yo, listen, it wasn't something that I personally did that caused this accident to happen. But they didn't want to hear that. And they ended up letting me go that day. And it just so happened that I had a friend of mine that used to do the mechanical work on that job. And, he ended up telling me that, the company was downsizing and they was going to get some new equipment. And they were selling one of their trucks. And they were selling one of their trucks, and I ended up buying one of that truck for, I think it was $3,200. And it was a day cab. And what happened that year, I ended up making about $72,000 pulling containers from the pier. Now, here it is, was a bad situation that happened to me. I didn't do anything to basically put myself in that situation, but doing my job. And this circumstances before me. And I had to figure out a way quickly in that moment and make a life decision instead of being angry and want to seek revenge and want to do all these other things. Find a solution. Yo, listen, how do I get out of this situation? Because I have bills, I have my family I have to take care of. And just by thinking in that manner, when this opportunity presented itself, I took advantage of it. And as a result of it, it have put me in a better financial bracket than I would have been had I stayed and continued working that job. Another situation, I was walking through this lot one day and I stepped on this anthill. And these ants came out of the anthill. I was like, oh man, my bad, saying to myself. And the ants came out and they just started the rebuilding process of their molehill. And I walked back to my vehicle and I'm sitting there. I was like, yo, man, what if I was to always embrace life that way? Instead of sitting and complaining at, why this happened to me, why do I have to go through this? I do good for people. Why do these bad things always befall me? Every time I try to help someone, this is what happened. I give him my all and he didn't give me back in return. And you sit and you complain about these things, but it doesn't do anything to help you. What if you was to use that same energy and start to go into a rebuilding process? Start to fix and make amends for whatever it is that you might have done wrong, and you keep on moving. You have to get to that point to where you overcome the wallowing, Sometimes things hit you real hard, man. I'm not going to act like, I don't complain sometimes, but it doesn't help me. It makes you feel good for a short moment, but after that, if you continue down that path, it just causes you to sink deeper and deeper into a form of depression. And the Bible tells you that, you can't allow these negative thoughts to weigh down your mind. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people have gone into depression as a result of these things, not being able to find any solutions and for different reasons. So just try to find ways to not complain, man. If you're in a bad situation, you lost your job, hey, put out the application there, try networking, find another job because it might be something better. Every setback, man, is a sign of opportunity. But you just have to put yourself in that mindset that, this is something that bad had happened, but this is an opportunity for something better to come along. You understand? If you're in a bad relationship, man, and things just not seeming to work out, you know what, man? Cut your losses. You know what I mean? If you tried everything you can and there's nothing working out, cut your losses and start the rebuilding process on yourself. You understand? Start getting your mind right. Start getting your thoughts right. build yourself up as a person, and in God's time, he's going to send that perfect person along, you know what I mean, that's going to work with you and might turn out to be a better situation than you are currently in. You understand? So don't allow yourself to fall inside a trap, man, where, you know, you just find yourself complaining. Yo, why me, man? Why things ain't getting better for me, man? You know, things is always so rough and this, that, and the third. You know, everybody goes through those things, man. And the Lord, he chastens us, man. He put us through situations so that we can learn and to develop our strengths depending on him to overcome it. You know what I mean? Because you can't be saying, man, Lord, bless me with this and Lord, help me, you know, to find this better job, but then you ain't putting in no applications. You can't say, man, you're